Welcome to Monday.
It's the program.
Monday program.
Yeah, we're on TV again.
Again. Once again.
Once a day, every day. Turn on the machines, then we start talking, and we're going to be here for an hour again.
Yes. Here we are for you. We're here for you.
We're here for you. We got your back on TV.
Yeah.
But maybe not if you yell for us. But if you need something to support you on TV, we're here for you.
Yeah, that's right. You can see us, but we can't see you, but we know you're there. We know you're watching right there.
Thanks for watching, everybody. It's Monday, like Dan said earlier, so...
Yeah, it's kind of in the morning here. We're doing the program in the morning. I only woke up recently, so I'm a little fogged. It takes me 2 hours to, like, be alert.
Uh-huh.
You know.
So you're not alert right now?
I don't feel like it, no.
Do you drink coffee?
Yeah.
Did you already?
Yeah. Yeah, I sit and I slurp my coffee and I look at the Facebooks and read science.
Yeah.
And I slowly wake up.
It doesn't...
Then people contact me chatting and they're like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like...
The coffee takes you 2 hours to work?
I like 2 hours in the morning from the time I wake up to the time I head out the door. And usually it's like about an hour and a half. I'll be up and putzing around for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then it'd take half an hour to get ready.
Seems like coffee should kick in about 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah, you'd think, but I like a little bit more time, I guess, or something. I like that leisurely morning thing. I like to just not be all getting up and running and busy. I don't like that. That makes me grumpy.
So you wake up early if you have to do something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like an hour early?
If I have to be somewhere, if I have to be out the door at noon, I'll wake up at 10.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to be out the door by 9:30, I'll wake up at 8.
Yeah.
So.
I think I usually just, if I have to do anything, I wake up only about 10 minutes before I have to leave and just get right out the door.
I've never been able to do that. There have been times when I've had to get up and get dressed really fast and everything, and I forget shit, and I'm...
You have to prepare the night before.
Uh-huh.
That's what, you get a phone call or something?
My testicle is jingling.
That's what I will do. If I'm, ready for the morning, if I do something early in the morning, I'll be all prepared so that when I wake up, I can just leave.
Grab stuff
and I've been setting on the new machines there. You can set your alarms so they tell you what to do. So you wake up and you're like, oh, and you look at your thing and it says, get out of the house. And you're like, oh, okay. And
get up, get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll forget stuff. And the thing in the morning with me is that I am very inefficient in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? I will end up going in the bathroom and coming out in the living room and going in the kitchen and going in the bathroom and I will not be efficient in grabbing my stuff. Like, I'll go in and I'll get partly dressed and then I'll go in the kitchen, I'll do something else, go and then finish getting dressed and go back in the kitchen and yeah. Like if I were maximum efficient, I would go and get fully dressed and then go in the bathroom and brush my teeth and do whatever, and then go and maybe eat something and I'd be dressed and, that sort of thing, but I'm not real efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm very quiet right now.
Yeah.
I'm very quiet. Oh, that's better.
Yeah, you might want to just put the phone right up to your face.
Yeah, right up to my face.
There you go, like a phone, like a phone, You don't talk about phones?
This?
Yeah.
This feels dumb.
Oh, yeah, but...
Because I can't hear anything.
But at least, like, as close as you would be in a phone, because when you're on a regular phone, you're like this. It's right next to your face. Well, we both have the phones here, so...
Yeah, we're talking on the phone. Hey, Kenny, how's it going?
Yeah, it's like prison.
Yeah. But I like this because in Battlestar Galactica, right, in the bridge, they have the phones around the situation desk, right? Because they have this...
They have phones still in the future in the show?
In Battlestar Galactica? Yeah. They don't look the same. They're a little bit thicker. But it's a phone. It's an actual phone with a wire.
Oh, yeah.
And they have the people up around the edges and down in the center of the bridge. They have this table where they figure out what their battle plans are and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they have the little ships, and everyone stands around this desk and they look at each other and they look at the screens, and it's a really, really interesting bridge setup, right? There's not a big view screen and everyone faces the view screen. In the Battlestar Galactica, they're around this big table,
Yeah.
this image producing table, and there's television monitors, or there's monitors up around the top, and everyone can face one, and they face each other and they look up at these things.
Okay.
And they got these phones, and so what happens is when they're talking privately to a person, they will have the phone like this, and they will have it up to their ears, and they'll like blah, 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 blah. But when they're making an announcement or they're responding to someone from another ship, they'll put the phone up like this, and they'll say Galactica Actual.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they thought that they would still have wires. I mean, when is Battlestar Galactica, from the 80s, or?
Well, it's really interesting because they set things up so that the technology is consistent with today.
Yeah.
Where there are phones, people have telephones, but sometimes they're wired and sometimes they're not. And in the series, the Battlestar itself, the ship, was built like 40 or 60 years previously, and none of the computers are networked, because the Cylons are machines, and they could figure out how to screw up all the computers. If they were networked, they could get in and mess with all the computers, and so none of them are networked. Everything is individual.
Mm.
So if the Cylons do a viral attack, in one of the episodes they did, they couldn't get at all the computers. They could just affect maybe the navigation computers or
Look out for the Cylons.
different communication computers or whatever, life support or something like that. So.
Okay, Battlestar Galactica. Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it.
You watch it when it was on TV live?
I watched the first original episode, or first original series. It went for like 3 seasons, something, and it was kind of cheesy. And the last season, the last half of the season, just got really weird. They started running into angel-like aliens, and they encountered Earth, but they got help from other aliens, or things got really weird. They did a few episodes called Galactica 1980 or something, Battlestar Galactica 1980, and they had 2 or 3 episodes where they had found Earth, and Earth was, that time, it was like 1980 on Earth when they discovered it, and they had to go in and disguise themselves, and they had these motorcycles, and they rode around, and they were trying to figure out how to introduce themselves to the current human population and not mess things up. And meanwhile, there were still a few Cylons that were looking for them, and they had to blow up the Cylons to keep the Cylons from finding Earth, because the Cylons would blow up Earth, and then they would kill this other human population. Because in the original series, they were looking for the 13th colony, and that was Earth, and it was a mystery, and so they finally found it. But in the current Battlestar Galactica, there was no 13th colony. There was just this fabled Earth thing.
Okay.
And in the new series, Earth was what they made it. It wasn't an already human population. It wasn't. It was a new world. It was an uninhabited generally. Well, no, there were inhabitants, but not quite human. So,
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, Battlestar Galactica, everybody. How was
I'm rambling.
Yeah. How was the week there? You have a good week? See anything on the streets?
In the streets, what have I seen in the streets? Squirrels.
Yeah.
Not much.
More
Not much
squirrels
people.
because of summer? They're out more, or just a regular amount of squirrels?
Well, there's a little neighbor squirrel. It's the same squirrel. I'm pretty sure it's the same squirrel that I see all the time, and he buries his stuff in the same places. And it seems like it's the same squirrel. And the cat doesn't mess with it. And it's really funny. The cat will obligingly chase the squirrel, but the cat won't try and catch up to it. He just chases.
Write a number on your hand between 1 and 6. We're going to play the dice game here. The cat and squirrels are getting along. Seems like the cat will try to chase the squirrels. At least always tries to chase squirrels. It's kind of a problem. He'll get himself too riled up and then he'll try to bite things.
Well, yeah, I think the cat chases a squirrel because the cat just does that. That's what they're kind of wired to do. But the squirrel's really big. And the squirrel could actually fight back.
Here we go, 1 dice. Start off.
The 1 will be the yellow one. And we'll put these over here.
Charlie gets a 3 over there.
Okay. Okay, I have picked...
You come in.
As you can see, I have picked a 3. Okay, Charlie. There it is.
It's a 4.
Oh, man, we lost, Charlie. We lost. No!
I lost also.
See, look how sad he is. See the sadness of loss.
Are you okay,
The
Charlie?
misery of defeat.
Don't feel too bad. It's only 500 out of a possible 3,000 points.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's points you never had. Come on. Come on. Oh, someone's got treats. You get treats. There you go.
Oh, did you get it? There it is.
You got it.
Sit.
Okay, come on.
So squirrels,
Yeah.
cats and squirrels and people.
Cats and squirrels, yeah. I've seen this before. Cats will chase the squirrels, but they don't. They can catch them if they want it, but they don't. The squirrel doesn't run any faster than the cat. The squirrel actually, you know, the cat could easily catch up and jump on the squirrel if he wanted, but I imagine they probably tried that once or twice, and it ended badly for the cat.
And what, the squirrel fought him?
Well, they got them big old chompers.
Oh, the squirrels can bite, yeah.
Yeah, they're big old chompers. They're not fangs, but them are sharp little...
Then they break through nuts.
Yeah.
That's some strength.
Yeah, they constantly grow their teeth, so, you know, because they're a rodent. Rodents' teeth just keep on growing. Yep, keep on growing.
So they got to look...
Interesting. You know, imagine if our teeth did that, kept on growing.
We could just eat hard things all the time.
Yeah, we would have to eat hard things to wear down the teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the cats have enough food, you know, and they chase the squirrel down. They're not trying to eat the squirrels. They're just having fun.
Well, you know, they like chasing stuff.
Yeah.
They like eating string.
They're not trying to eat the squirrels though, because they have cat food. So then they're just trying to chase the squirrels around.
Yeah,
for
the
fun.
chasing is what they do because that's what they like to do. They're kind of wired that way. You know, we're wired to talk. You know, we like talking.
We like talking. Cats like chasing.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, in science, they have imaged another planet orbiting a star. It's been a tough thing because if you want to image a planet going around another star, you have to do it with an optical telescope, and the star is like stupid bright compared to the brightness of the planet. So you have to put a little thing in front of the star to cut out the brightness of the star so you can see the planet. It's like you look at a street light and someone has a candle, right? A little candle flame right next to a street light.
What's it called? You talked about this before. Candle mile or candle length or something.
I've talked about standard candles.
Standard candles, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, you have a spotlight, right? And the spotlight is shining directly at you, and you have to optically remove the light of the spotlight in order to see the little candle flame next to it. And if it's right up close to it, that's a tricky task of removing the starlight so you can see the planet. And they're getting better and better. It's called a mask. So you mask out the star. And the star has all kinds of glare. And if you're using a telescope on the Earth, you've got the light that is scattered, the incoming light from the star that gets scattered. So that's a problem. And the Hubble Space Telescope has no atmosphere, which would you?
I think number, one of them is something's feeding back. I don't know if it's me or I think it's okay now. I think we're okay. So they found the planet, and what are they going to do with these images?
Well, they display them on the interwebs at NASA and the Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
Uh-huh.
And there is a satellite called Spitzer, right? And it's named after some dude named Spitzer.
Elliot Spitzer?
Probably not.
Okay.
So, this thing sees in the infrared. It sees longer wavelength, and Spitzer can see through nebula. Like, they use this telescope to look at the center of the galaxy, which is another thing that this is really interesting too. I'll talk about this. And so the infrared can pass through nebula and clouds and dust that are in between us and the center of the galaxy. Or if there's a protoplanetary disk or something, this satellite can see the dust. Yeah, I think it's your phone.
Yeah.
You just have to face it towards you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think. So it will get these images, and the telescope will see stuff that's at a certain temperature range. Like the star is really hot, and the kind of light that comes off the star is different. It doesn't give off as much heat in a particular wavelength, but a planet will. A planet is not as hot, and so it's like the star gives off a whole bunch of light that's at a wavelength at 6,000 degrees or 8,000 degrees, whereas a planet like Neptune gives off light that corresponds to wavelengths that are much longer in the infrared.
Okay.
And so the satellite sees things that are cooler, that give off light in this cooler range of the spectrum, this different light. And so they've been using Spitzer to take a look at these planets going around a star that give off light that's just maybe 100 degrees above absolute zero.
Okay.
Right, so it's in the infrared. And so they've been looking at stuff in the center of the galaxy, and they've been using this telescope to image planets going around another star. And these are planets that are the distance of Uranus and Neptune and Saturn and farther out, Pluto, Sedna. These
far away from their sun.
Yeah, a long ways off. And so the planet itself is far enough away from the star that you can mask out the star and see the planet a lot easier. Planets close to their host star, like
Earth-like planets, yeah.
Yeah. One astronomical unit is the distance between the Earth and the Sun, and that's called 1 AU. So planets that are close like that, even Jupiter. Jupiter is 5 AUs, 5 times the distance of the Earth, and that is even pretty kind of too close to be able to image. But if it's out farther, Saturn is about 10 AU, and Uranus is, I think, 19.
So they're not going to be able to image the light or the life planets, possibly, unless there's super cold life or something.
Not with an optical telescope.
I thought they're doing that when they watch for the planet with the flicker thing. That's what you always talk about.
Yeah. Well, this is a little different. You have a disk, a physical disk. The star is a physical disk, and the planet goes between you and the star, and so the light dips slightly as the planet goes in front because it blocks part of it, and they look for these dips. And if you know that the star is a certain diameter, if you know it's a certain size and a certain brightness, and the light dips a certain amount, you can say, well, the planet is blocking that star this certain percent, and therefore the planet is a certain size. And that's how they figure out the size of these planets, is because the light dips in a certain way. It goes down, it goes up, and a really big planet is going to create a big dip.
Now it's info time.
Oh, wish me luck. Here are some answers to some frequently asked questions about the program. You're watching it right now. It's called Your Daily Hour with Me. It's a call-in television talk show that is filmed right here in Thurston County every day. 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's every night, 11:30 p.m., Channel 22. Watching at 11:30 p.m. the weekday of previous week. If you're watching at 2 a.m., the episode taped the same day of the month of the previous year. You can also watch any episode of the program on YouTube.com. Anyone can be on the program, especially you. Your Daily Hour with Me relies on the community for contact, so give us a call at 360-836, blah, blah, blah. Leave a message, and we'll call you back on the program on the next episode. Thank you for watching, and now back to the program. I did better.
Yeah.
Not bad for being all morning and foggy-headed and stuff. So did any of that I talked about make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Because sometimes I'll just kind of ramble on, and I'm not sure if I'm making sense. I know what I'm talking about, but how it comes out my mouth,
it's a little spacey.
Yeah. Yeah. So another thing in science is there is a great big glob of gas, a great big a cloud out in space, and it's very, very close to the center of the galaxy, where this gigantinormous black hole is. And they know the cloud is there because the cloud gives off a heat signature, and they've been looking at it with this Spitzer telescope, and they've seen it move, and it's very close to this central black hole, and it's moving in towards them. And there is this belief that there are a whole bunch of intermediate-sized black holes floating around this central black hole, but like they're orbiting, but because they're black holes, you can't see them. And unless gas gets sucked into them, and essentially what happens is gas flows in towards the black hole. The black hole's gravity is so intense that it pulls it, and the faster this gas speeds in towards it, the hotter it gets.
Okay.
And it gets hotter and hotter, and it starts spinning around the black hole, and it interacts with itself, and it gives off X-rays. Yeah. X-rays and gamma rays. And so they have other telescopes. The Compton X-ray telescope was one. I don't think it's working anymore, but they've got a couple other ones. They have one satellite that sees gamma rays, another one that sees X-rays, and there's this glob of gas that should be hitting the central black hole in September.
Wow.
They've been tracking it. And there is this belief, they want to take a look. They think that there are intermediate black holes orbiting the central black hole, and they believe that some of these little mid-sized black holes will interact with this gas and light up.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So the central black hole in our galaxy is I read different numbers. I read 2 million solar masses. Yeah, 2 million solar masses, meaning that this black hole has the mass equivalent to 2 million of our suns.
Okay.
And an intermediate black hole might be 1,000 solar masses, or a few hundred solar masses. And what they figured out is galaxies are constantly eating and swallowing other galaxies. They're constantly mixing together. And they, have you heard of the two Magellanic Clouds?
No, no.
Okay, so there are two dwarf galaxies that are orbiting our galaxy, and they can be seen in the southern hemisphere, but not in the northern hemisphere. And if you live near the equator, you see these two little clouds. There's one over here and one down there. And they're called the clouds of Magellan. And when Magellan, when he circumnavigated part of the globe, he went down below South America, the tip of South America, where Argentina and Chile are, and he went around them. And the seas are really rough there. And other explorers had tried to navigate that, and they failed because the seas were so rough. And he was looking for a route to go around the bottom part of South America and make it to the Pacific.
Okay.
And he made it, and he looked up in the sky, and he says, "Hey, what are them clouds up there? They don't move. They're two little blobs, and they're faint blobs, and without a telescope, they just look like two little fuzzy, faint blobs."
Mm-hmm.
So they got named the Clouds of Magellan, and as it turns out, they are galaxies, and they are slowly orbiting, and their orbits are taking them closer and closer to the center of our galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And every galaxy that they have found has a black hole in the center.
Wow.
Some kind of black hole.
Does Milky Way have one?
Pardon?
Milky Way has a black hole in the middle of it?
Yeah. This is this 2.2 million solar mass black hole in the center.
Oh, we're circling around a black hole, huh?
Yeah, and the size of the black hole consistently, except for a few exceptions, but almost without exception, almost all of them, the size of the black hole is consistent with the size of the galaxy.
Wow.
The bigger the galaxy is, the bigger the black hole. The smaller the galaxy, the smaller the black hole. And you get these little globular clusters of maybe 1 million stars.
Mm-hmm.
And they float around the galaxy, but they don't have a whole lot of gas. They're just stars. And most of the time, a galaxy has both gas and dust and stars. Right? It's a collection. It's a mixture of all kinds of stuff. Stars and gas and dust, and it's all floating around in a disk. But these globular clusters just have stars. There's no gas in there. And they're not in a disk. They're just kind of these round balls of stars, and they're all just orbiting, and they're really close together.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, our sun, our star, the nearest one that we know of is 4 light years away. And all the stuff that I've read generally in our solar neighborhood, and for the most part in the galaxy, all the stars are distributed 4 or 5 light years apart.
Okay.
You know, and you'll get a few that are close together. You know, they're like half a light year apart, or you know, they're kind of associated with each other. But generally, stars are distributed with some distance between each other. But in a globular cluster, they're light days or light weeks apart, as opposed to light years.
Yeah.
So they're 10 times or 100 times closer.
Are they going to collide?
There's a lot of discussion about why they don't collide.
Mm-hmm.
They're relatively close together, and their gravity influences each other. I'm trying to think. It takes 4 hours. I think it's 4 hours. It might be 40 minutes. Well, it just depends. Yeah, I think it's 4 hours for light to go from the sun to Pluto or Neptune, right?
How long does it take to get here?
8 minutes.
Okay.
8 minutes, 9 minutes to get from the sun to the Earth.
Yeah.
And that's 1 AU, and Pluto is 40 AUs. So 8 minutes times 40, what's that?
320.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah.
320 minutes. So 120 minutes is 2 hours. And 240 minutes is 4 hours.
Yeah.
And add another 60, 40, that's 300.
Yeah.
So that's 5 hours.
Okay.
And so 5.5 hours. So yeah, something like that. Yeah, and it depends too, because well, going from the Earth to Pluto, if we're on the far side of the sun, it takes longer for light. Whoa.
Yep.
Well, it takes longer for light to get there. So anyway, so a week away, that means that the star, this other neighbor star, is going to be really close and bright. And so if we were on a planet orbiting one of these stars in a globular cluster, there would be stars in every direction, and they would be stupid bright. They would be really bright. They would be brighter than the moon. And they would be all kinds of different colors.
Whoa.
And a lot of the stars going around in these globular clusters that are floating around the outside of the galaxy. These are old stars. These These are like a whole lot of red dwarfs and old stars. Oh man, we gotta pick a number again. Okay.
Well, keep our same numbers.
Well, I know we keep our. Well, we got.
We're gonna roll a new number. Yeah, here we go.
This time it'll be the blue dice.
2 blues.
Okay, I roll them good.
Oh, 1 and 2, I lost.
Oh.
Everybody lost again.
Oh, the devastating defeat of no points.
Yeah, well, we still have a good chance to come back, though, so...
Yeah, we do. Yeah, so... anyway, so there's this big black hole, and these globular clusters have intermediate mass black holes that are 1,000 solar masses. And so they have intense gravity, but they're not so strong that they suck everything into them. And the other thing, it's really interesting. In our galaxy, right? It's a pinwheel. It's a big disk, and there was this expectation that stuff orbiting around the center of the galaxy, stuff that's really close in, maybe 1,000 light years from the center, we're 30,000 light years away, and so there are stars that are 10,000 light years from the center, and 5,000 and 1,000. And there was this expectation that the stars orbiting around the center of the galaxy would orbit faster, right? A planet like Mercury orbits really quickly. It's close in to our sun, and it orbits very fast. It goes around very fast. It takes like 80 days to go around for Mercury. It takes a year for the Earth to go around, and it takes 11 years for Jupiter to go around. Now, granted, Jupiter has a lot longer to go, a lot farther to go in its orbit, but it's farther away, and it doesn't have to go as fast to have a stable orbit. And so their belief is that stars would behave in the same way. The ones closer to the center would orbit very, very quickly, and the farther out from the center you go, the slower the orbit. But this is not the case. Stars orbiting close to the center of the galaxy orbit at close to the same speed that we orbit the center of the galaxy.
Okay.
So for some reason that they've been trying to understand, the whole galaxy spins at the same rate. The stuff at the outside does not necessarily orbit a lot slower, like you'd expect in regular orbits. So yeah, there's that. They do orbit a little slower, but not enough. It's been confusing. And it looks like that our sun is orbiting the galaxy, but it's not just orbiting the center. It's kind of the gravity of the entire galaxy is influencing our orbit, not just the middle. Because there's, I'm trying to think. It depends on what source you get. Like sometimes I'll read stuff and it says our galaxy has 2 billion stars orbiting it. And then I'll read some other valid scientific source and it'll say our galaxy has 4 billion stars orbiting it. So depending on what source you look at, the number of stars orbiting our galaxy is different. Sometimes they say it's 2 billion, sometimes they say 4 billion. And I don't know why there is that difference. I don't know why there is no agreement. There doesn't seem to be any agreement on the number of stars orbiting our galaxy. And part of that is due to it being just an estimate. We can't count all them stars. What we do is we take a sample. We look at this one area of the galaxy and we try and count all the stars in this area. Like we count all the stars in our neighborhood.
Oh, this is Carl. Oh, hello? Oh, this is a message machine. Yeah, so...
Yeah, and so we count all the stars in our local neighborhood, and... Oh, that's
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Carl, we have about 20 minutes left on the show today. You can call us back. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
We got a couple messages too.
Okay.
Carl's been on here for the past like 4 or 5 days in a row, so.
You've been Carl-upped.
Yeah.
Carled up.
Here's a message. The first one's from Freddie, the producer. And we got one more from Dan Dobler too, so we got the Doblers here.
Program, somehow I missed your call. My phone was in my pocket, but I guess I didn't feel it. So, thanks for calling me. Talk to you guys, and I'd talk to you. Bye.
All right, we'll call Freddie back. We'll listen to this Dan Dobler message too. We should probably call him back since it's the daytime. We've been doing the program late at night, so we haven't been able to call Dan Dobler, so he's probably wondering what's going on with that. He's going to say, hey, it's Dan, you haven't talked to me for a while.
I ate cheese on Friday.
Yeah?
I got a big fat pimple on Saturday.
So was it worth it?
Yes and no.
Hi, Kitty. This is Dan. Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't called me in a while. That's probably what I was going to say. We got cut off. What'd you eat the cheese on?
Oh, lasagna. I went over to Robert's place. He had lasagna. I brought salad.
Uh-huh.
And some wine. We hung out. And we started watching some movie that his daughter had fallen in love with called Ponyo.
Mm-hmm. Ponyo with the fish.
Yeah.
The Miyazaki.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How do you know about it?
No, I don't know. I saw it. Just from the. I don't know how you find out about stuff like that, but I saw it.
It's a. Yeah. Well, anyway.
I've seen all Miyazaki.
I got into it. You know, it's like, okay, this is a kid's cartoon.
Oh, kinda. It's like Miyazaki's movies are.
It's a love story.
It's a cartoon, but it's kind of.
It's got magic
Cell
and.
phone of Dan.
Uh-huh.
Please leave a message at the beep. Thanks. Bye.
Dan Dope's not answering either. Hey, Dan, we're calling you back. You can call us back. Yeah, about 20 minutes. Okay, bye.
This is the program.
Yeah. So you like the movie, like Ponyo? I think it's a pretty good one, yeah.
Yeah, well, we sat down and Alana, right, she's like 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, Ponyo, I want to watch Ponyo. And, you know, inside I'm like, oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Kids cartoon, okay, I guess we're watching it. Because, you know, we were hanging out and shooting the shit and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And started watching it, and it's like, hey, this is pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Pretty good. It's
Miyazaki.
yeah.
Totoro.
Yeah. Well, I'm unfamiliar with the names of the directors or whatever the creators of these, but we were about halfway through, and Robert got a call from his girlfriend. Her dad was dying, was cancer in the hospital, and spiraling downwards towards, you know, the end, and Robert got a call to go be present with her, and so I babysat the kids.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't get to do that. It's kind of fun because you know, we just let's play a game or let's do something. Let's.
What did you do? Watch Ponyo or?
Yeah. Well, Alana fell asleep, and so I carried her and tucked her in bed. And Des, right? He's like 10. He's like, oh, I'm so tired. And I'm like, okay, show me how to use the remote because I want to watch. I want to watch a movie. I want to watch a different movie because he's got the Netflix. And it's really funny because I babysat before, and the last time I saw part of Thor, right?
Okay.
I saw the Avengers, but I had never seen Captain America, and I'd never seen Thor.
Thor, yeah.
Right? So the last time I babysat, I got to watch the first maybe 40 minutes of Thor, but then he came back and it was time for me to go home, so I never got to finish it. And this time, Robert takes off and Des says, okay, here's how you find it, and you scroll this way, and here are all the buttons. And I'm like, okay, got that. So I got about 40 minutes into Captain America.
6, 5,
and then Robert
4,
came back and I had to go.
3,
You gotta watch the second
2,
half.
1. Now it's time for a commercial break.
live TV dance party. First Friday of each month, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. TCTV Studio A, 440 Yager Way. Oh yeah.
I want one of those. Popular street food in northern China for breakfast. And the items put on it are different. Yeah, I want one of those. I gotta figure out how to make it great.
Coming up
On the program, Gondola. You
tomorrow.
may call me Sir Gondola.
Is this the commercial? Yeah, it's the commercial.
Hey,
Oh, shoot. There. Oh.
we're on TV.
Hey. Oh.
Hey, y'all should buy the
Where's that
program.
going?
You can watch the
You won't regret
show.
it.
We're on every night at 11:30 and 2 a.m.
the strawberry west.
There's birds over here.
Oh, no.
WM.com.
11:30 and 2 a.m. every day.
Really? No, I won't see nothing. I won't see nothing.
Nothing.
Nut.
Oh, you'll say something. We're on the program. We're back. Charlie, what are you looking for? Food?
So in September, this. Whoa, Charlie, watch that tail. You're in the way. So, yeah. So there's a big clump of gas that's floating in towards the center of the galaxy. There.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It's floating in towards this enormous black hole in the center of the galaxy.
Yeah.
And they think it will interact with these intermediate black holes that our galaxy has absorbed.
Okay.
Our galaxy is going to crash into the Andromeda galaxy. And we can actually see that. It's just below the constellation Cassiopeia. It's in the constellation Andromeda.
All the
And-
constellations are in the Milky Way, the ones that we can see.
Yes.
We can't see outside the galaxy with our eyes. Is that what's
Well,
going on?
yeah, we can see outside the galaxy. I mean, we can see all the local stars that.
When you look into the sky and you see the stars, you're seeing outside the galaxy.
Yeah. The distant galaxies and nebula are so far away that they're difficult to see with the naked eye. But you get a telescope, you're seeing the stars in our galaxy, and because there's nothing in between us and this other galaxy far, far away, you can see the galaxy if you have a good enough telescope.
But you can't see it with your eyes.
Well, Andromeda is the first best one to see with the naked eye because it's very close. It's a couple million light years away, and the Andromeda galaxy is twice the mass and size and diameter as our galaxy. It's twice as big,
Yeah.
and it's twice as bright, and it's a big one. And it is heading towards us.
It's gonna win in a fight.
Yep. Yeah, our galaxy is heading towards this galaxy.
But we have like millions of years before that happens, right?
No, it might not even be a million years when it crashes into us.
But maybe
When we crash
at
into
least 500,000 years.
Oh yeah, at least that. 500,000 years for sure.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact number, but yeah, our galaxy is heading directly for the Andromeda galaxy.
Nothing to worry about though.
No, because there's no actual crashing.
Oh, okay.
Because there is so much distance between our sun and other stars, and it's kind of consistent through the galaxy that there's a lot of distance. The same can be said of the Andromeda galaxy, and so the two galaxies can pass through each other, and no stars will ever touch.
But they'll start
Yeah,
interacting,
yeah,
right? Gravity
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. and what happens is they do this dance, and they swing around each other, and then they do this dance of doom, like they grab onto each other, and they start swirling around each other, and they get closer and closer and closer, and after 3 or 4 or 5 passes around, they turn into one big fat blob. And the galaxy is all messed up. It's all mucked up. They're not disks anymore for a while. There's chunks and blobs and stuff all around, and it takes a dozen orbits or 20 or 30 orbits before you get this disk back in order again. Because galaxies have a magnetic field not unlike our sun and Jupiter and the Earth. And that magnetic field influences how things orbit around it. It has this steady force and pushes things pushes gas and dust to kind of settle down into a big disk.
Okay.
So what will happen is our central black hole will eventually be absorbed by this other black hole in the middle of the Andromeda Galaxy, and the estimate of that size is like 1 billion solar masses. It's like 100 times more massive. There's more stuff. There's way more stuff.
Okay.
It's not just double the size of ours. It's like quadruple or quintuple. It's like 5 or 10 times bigger. It's a lot more massive. And they think that maybe the central black hole in the Andromeda Galaxy is not just one, but they think there's like 3 or 4 smaller ones that add up to that supermassive black hole. It's got the Andromeda Galaxy is easier to see into the center because we're not looking at it edge on. It's at an angle, but it's not edge on like ours. Ours, we have to look through the disk to see the central black hole in our galaxy, and there's a lot of crap in the way. And so we have to use telescopes that see in the infrared, because the infrared light passes through all this gas and dust that's in the way. So that's how we can see stuff going on. But seeing regular starlight, no, there's too much stuff in the way. But the longer wavelengths can pass through. And so the Andromeda Galaxy, same thing. But they think there's a big one and 3 or 4 medium-sized ones that are floating around, because the Andromeda Galaxy has gobbled up way more smaller dwarf galaxies than us, and so it's more massive. It's gigantinormous.
All right.
Yeah, and there are some galaxies that are 10 times bigger than that. They're these just massive galaxies. It's like they look the same, but they're just bigger. Just huger. And they have the same behaviors, and they're central black
Please
holes.
leave me a message and try my cell phone. 344
What?
299.
I thought this was McDonald's.
3.
No?
Hey, it's the program. You can call us back.
Yeah.
Our number here is 360-836-4384.
4384. Don't forget that number.
Yeah, you have about 10 minutes to call us back today.
10 minutes.
Thank you.
Who was
I
that?
don't know. That's somebody in West Virginia.
Is it time for the dice?
No.
Charlie's
doing something. Yeah, he's whining about something.
Charlie.
What are you whining about?
Wrong, Charlie.
What are you whining about? Huh? He's whining about something. He wants to go outside. He's tired of sitting in the house.
Yeah, he's bored. Yeah, it is boring.
It's a nice day outside.
Boring if you're a dog. Here.
Yeah. What are we doing? Why are we sitting here and...
Hey, are you going to use that shelf right there?
You want it?
Yeah. Listen, I'm building a space model, and I need to prop up the model up in the air and suspend it, because it's this long bar, and it's got a spinny thing on it, and it's got another thing, and I have to have it up off the...
Well, we're not currently using it, but you can use it for a while.
I would take it apart.
We would want it back. So.
Okay.
McDonald's, I can help. Hey, McDonald's, do you guys have those s'mores pies yet?
Sorry?
Do you have the s'mores pies, like chocolate marshmallow pies?
No, we have the strawberry and cream.
Strawberry and cream? Is that cold pie?
It's strawberry and cream.
Is it cold?
No, it's not cold.
Warm cream, huh?
Hot. It's hot.
Hot? Hello? They heard two voices and they hung up. I know it's hot. I just wanted to ask them about it.
Yeah. I was just trying to think. Hot cream.
Hot cream?
Hot cream?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask them about that when they hung up because they heard two voices.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it works. Sometimes they just roll with it.
Yeah.
And other times it's like,
Yeah, too many numbers. Here we go. Last night's game. Nobody has any points yet. Oh, nobody won.
holy crap. Okay, so we got a 1, a 2, we got
4-4,
2 4s,
6-6.
6.
Everybody lost.
Yeah.
No winners today. That's too bad.
No 3s and no 5s.
Yeah. Looks like we're losers today.
You picked a
I had a 5. So, one, it looks like it skipped. It had every number except for the numbers we picked. 1, 2, oh, yeah, 4, and then 6. So,
I blame Jesus.
yeah, Jesus, why? I'm sorry, I didn't go to church.
Yeah, we didn't go to church yesterday, so this is our punishment, not getting points.
It skipped our numbers.
Yeah, Jesus was...
1, 2, 4, 6.
Actually, it wouldn't be Jesus. He wasn't all about punishing.
Yeah.
If it were like Moses, oh yeah.
Yeah, blame Moses.
Uh-huh, yeah. All the Old Testament's all full of retribution and punishment and obedience and curses and yeah, it's very, 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 very punitive, a lot of the stuff that goes on. But Jesus shows up and he's like, love, forgiveness.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, very nice. Healing, being nice, feeding people, teaching them, forgiveness and niceness and blah, blah, blah. So,
Hello? Oh, yeah?
yeah. So yeah, when I talk to Christians, I just kind of make it clear I like everything that Jesus said.
That's good.
Yeah. The rest of the Bible? No. Well, the Songs of Solomon are pretty awesome. It's all about.
There's not songs in the Bible, there's music in there?
It's poetry. It's sexy love poetry. Yeah, King David wrote sonnets and poems about all his wives and how gorgeous they were, and he compared their boobs to animals that bounce and jump around and frolic. Yeah.
Donald, can I help you?
Hey, McDonald, do you guys have those s'mores pies yet?
Do we have what?
The s'mores pies, like chocolate marshmallow pies, camping?
Nope. Strawberry.
Oh, strawberry. Is that cold?
Pardon?
Is that a cold pie?
It's strawberries and cream.
Is it?
And they're like, what?
Is it cold?
No, it's a hot pie.
Oh, hot cream, huh?
That's what we have.
Is it like a donut, or what kind of cream is it?
No, it's a pie, like the apple pie.
Yeah, but what's the cream? Is it whipped cream?
No. It's just a strawberry and cream pie.
But is it like custard?
No. I gotta go.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah. What's the cream there? Yeah.
Please, tell me of this cream inside the pie.
What kind of cream is it? They didn't want to answer.
Oh, starch?
Starchy cream?
Yeah.
Whipped cream? Custard cream?
Well,
yeah.
there is a very
Bavarian cream?
There is a very strong likelihood that actual cream is not so much.
Yeah.
That it's a cream-like substance that has the consistency of cream and a similar flavor of cream without actually being cream.
Yeah.
Because one of my daughters worked for McDonald's for a long time, and she'd always tell me, don't eat this, don't eat that. This is good to eat, that's good to eat, but
what did she say? What?
Never eat the nuggets.
Never?
Don't
I
eat the
eat
nuggets. I know. She apparently knows things, and I've talked
What's
to other
with the
people at
nuggets?
work. Just the chicken nuggets, what they're made out of, or the process that makes them nuggets. She says it's gross.
Oh, I'm sure it's a ground up chicken organ.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's.
They're good enough. I think they're fine. I eat them all the time. I like them. I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like the Burger King nuggets better than the McDonald's nuggets.
They stopped making them, though, didn't they?
Uh,
I think they have tenders now.
Burger King. Wendy's has nuggets too, I think.
Mm-hmm. Those are good too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the flavor of the chicken itself is similar, right? All the nuggets that I've had from McDonald's or Burger King or some of these other places, the chicken itself is similar, but the outside coating is different.
Mm-hmm. The breading.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, maybe some uses corn flour, other uses, wheat flour, or, maybe it's whole wheat, or, different. And the temperature that they fry it at, and the oil, the stuff in the oil, the flavor that's in the oil, are going to be different.
Okay.
So.
What do you want about?
He knows we're almost done.
I mean, if you don't want to eat something at McDonald's and want to eat some things and other things, I'd say probably just don't go to McDonald's. If you're worried about like quality and ingredients and stuff, I would stay away from there. But I'm not really worried about that kind of thing.
Nah, me neither.
Like unless I'm going to get sick, it's all food. I think it counts as food.
Well, it's kind of funny. Do you find yourself? Oh, someone's calling us. Do you find yourself you're tired of McDonald's for a while, and so you eat Wendy's? And then you get tired of Wendy's for a while, and you hit the Burger King.
Oh no, I change it up pretty often.
You try and
Yeah. Hello, hey Dan.
Hey Dan.
Who's this?
It's the program.
And also Dan.
How you doing?
Hey, good. We're on TV. This is our new number. If you want to try to save it, I don't know if you know how to do that.
Yeah. We have a new number we're calling from.
How are you?
Fine.
What you up to?
Not much.
Oh, good. You seen anything on the streets lately?
What?
Have you seen anything on the streets?
No.
Oh.
1 minute left.
Hey, it's the end of the show. You made it to the end of the show.
Yeah.
We've been doing the show late. That's why we haven't been calling you back,
I'll talk to you later, okay?
Oh,
Okay.
Thanks.
Have a good morning. It's still morning, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's after
I would say.
noon, right?
Oh, no, it's afternoon now. Well, what time does afternoon start? At 1 or?
Noon.
Noon? So
Noon,
once
yeah.
it's noon, then it's afternoon?
Yep.
So it is the afternoon. We're into the afternoon. We started in the morning, and we've moved into the afternoon.
Yeah. It's very unusual for me to be on the program so early in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I like to try and sleep in until noon.
Well,
Yeah.
but you woke up early today, Aaron.
I did.
On purpose?
I set the alarm. Yeah.
Oh, for the program, then?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little groggy. I'm a little more awake now. Now I'm hungry. I want breakfast.
Yeah, me too.
That's right. We're us talking about McDonald's and shit.
Mhm.
It's like.
Hey, well, thanks for coming on.
Nuggets.
And thanks,
6, 5,
I guess, Dan Dobler and McDonald.
3,
Yeah.
And Freddie.
Yeah.
Who else after Charlie? Water. We made it through another hour without passing out.
Thank you, supermassive black hole, the center of our galaxy.
For keeping us alive, in a sense, probably.
Thank you, nebulas.
Computers.
Of dust and gas. Thank you, globular clusters.
Facebook and Twitter and YouTube.
Thank you, extrasolar planets orbiting their sun.
Phone.
Thank you, Spitzer Space Telescope that can see in the infrared.
Crew.
Thank you, Hubble. Hubble, you lunch.
Crystal ball, check it out.
Thank you, telescopes
TCTV.
and science.
Giorda E.
Thank you, gravity.
TheBaby.com, check it out.
Yeah.
Washington State, Thurston County, USA. John Webster.
Thank you, Battlestar Galactica.
Viewers, if you're watching, thank you.
Thank you, coffee in the morning.
Hell yeah, dog.
Okay, boom.
Bye.